Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the party. Thank you very much for joining me today. Like always, I'll be your host, and we're gonna do some very awesome programming. Man, I am incredibly tired. I've only slept like for 4 hours, and everything is a blur mentally. I have like this fog in my head. I am fully capable of talking, doing things, yet I don't really understand what I'm doing or what I'm saying, so it should be an interesting stream, I guess. So yesterday, I slept like for 4 hours, woke up to the stream, I was full of energy, I was so ready to conquer the earth. We need some music. Some good music would be best. Background music for gaming. Yeah, shit, let's do it. No, I'm kidding. Like, I don't know what kind of music would be the best. Something. Not even certain what's EDM. What is EDM? Does it stand for Eastern Detention Matrix? We don't know what I'm saying. I don't want any ads. Show me the music. There we go. Nah, something else. Bam, bam, bam. How's that? Relax, right? So today, I'm gonna stream for an hour. We're gonna learn more about C++, about the syntax of C++. We'll learn as much as we can before I pass out. Yeah, so let's just get into it, I guess. I really need to get one of these buzzing toys that I could put on my arm instead of this watch. And whenever you want, you could zap me. I think that would be pretty interesting. Like I could get a penis ring and put it on my dick, and you guys would just press a button and I would get a zap in my balls. I'm kidding. Please don't zap my balls. Okay, so to give a quick recap of what we're doing, we're learning C++. Reason we're learning C++ because C++ is the main language that is used for creating most of the well-known, probably all of well-known game engines. At least I don't know what kind of game engine. Well, Minecraft's game engine was technically written on Java, but anyway. So the goal is very simple. We will learn how to use C++ to write programs, and then we will learn how to make a game engine on stream. So today is Learning Wednesdays, and on Learning Wednesdays we learn anything that I'm tackling at that moment. So essentially right now I'm tackling C++. So we have a plan for C++. We're gonna start with 3W School, and the step 1 is very simple. We're gonna learn the syntax of C++. I know a bunch of syntax already, but you know, there'll be some concepts that I do not know about in C++. Then to step 2, we'll head over to exorcism.org in order to test ourselves, or to be more specific, to do projects. So exorcism.org, if you haven't heard, they have a lot of free and all kind of difficulty projects you can do in, I don't know if in every language, but in a lot of languages, C++ included. Then after we finish with those, we're gonna go to Codecrafters. Now Codecrafters don't have a lot of projects you can do, but they have very good ones, and it's perfect for challenging yourself. Alright, so I call it challenges, and we're gonna challenge ourselves with Codecrafters. And we're gonna learn Git, we're gonna learn Reddits, not Reddit, but Reddits. And yeah, the fourth step is we're gonna head over to HackerRank and test our skills, see how well we improved. But that's at the very end. Now from this entire plan, there's only one thing missing, and that is logics and maths. So I do have a lifetime subscription or a yearly subscription of Brilliant. So I do math courses there. Not gonna stream them on stream because my schedule is already pretty packed, and I just do it whenever I have the time to do it. So one lesson can take up to, I don't know how long, but like 6 minutes. It's like the norm, I think, depending on how fast you actually think. So, you know, I'm learning those, and I don't know, I think if you want to learn math, there's a lot of free resources. There's Khan's Academy that you can do. It's a free resource that you can actually get and learn about math. Now, math is very important because if you want to write your own algorithms, you won't be able to do that if you don't understand math, not map. This map is very confusing. Which way do I go south? But yeah, basically you need math in order to be able to create algorithms. That's how I understand it. Alright, so we can continue from where we left off. We're now at the exercise portion of W3 School. Right here on W3 School, you can find all kinds of different courses. What's this? Spaces. Create a free website. Code websites directly in the browser with W3 School Spaces. Oh, that is very cool. Yes, that is very cool indeed. Might try it sometime just for fun of it. So also W3 has these exercises that you can do after every single one of these, but if you just continue submitting the answers, you can keep going and going. So since I know some of the syntax of C++, I'm just doing the exercises right now, and I'm commenting whatever I know. So it's, first of all, I'm not a professional. Hell, it's called, the entire stream is called a learning session. Learning stream, because I'm learning. But at the same time, I kind of feel it's appropriate that since I haven't picked up C++ in a very long time, I think it's appropriate for me to kind of go over and just remember how the syntax works. Overall, you know, the syntax, at least the main topics about the syntax, is very simplistic. Later on, we're gonna evolve into more complex topics, and those are gonna be about how to control memory appropriately, and so on and so forth. And algorithms, data structures, those are the more complex types. And it's probably most of the really difficult learning we'll be doing is gonna be in the code crafters, and maybe exorcism also. The most difficult part is going to be the gaming engine, but I don't know. Like, I don't know, I never done it. I have no reference point. All I know is that it's supposed to be very difficult to do. But if you actually know how to code, is it still difficult to do? Because for a graphics, not for a graphics, I'm sorry, but for a game engine, there's so many things that you have to do. Because the game engine is made of several components. Those components are the graphics element, the graphics API, then there's the sound, then there's and it's an engine, sound engine, and there's I already answered this question like a billion times. What's the one thing you miss from your childhood? I miss my free time. I miss when I could have just do nothing all day, and I did nothing all day. And I miss the ability to just, you know, control my time. I miss having actual 8 hours a day to do the things I want to do. Like, I don't care if I need to give up 8 hours of my time for work, except you never actually give up 8 hours of work. No, it's more than that. Because I don't know how is it in Either way, I am good, and how are you? My day has been... Actually, my day was pretty good, pretty solid, pretty amazing. I had a lot of fun, and then at the last minute, my energy just kind of plummeted. Since I haven't slept in 4 hours, and I'm still surprised. How the hell am I able to stay coherent? Maybe I just think I'm coherent. And did you have a good day? Did you enjoy yourself? Did you see many women? Did something very interesting happen? Who told you something nice today? And did you smile? And did you said F off, you creep? I don't know what I'm saying, honestly. I'm still sleep deprived. I'm saying complete nonsense sometimes. I apologize. Alright, your day is just starting. Well, let me predict your future then, Wei. You're gonna have the best of the best days today. Today is gonna be an amazing day. Today you will show the world that F it, you're awesome. That's gonna be today for you. What you working on? Just continuing where we left off today in the morning. Well, I guess for you it was yesterday. And right now we're gonna continue on the syntax. There's a lot of things to cover. So it's pretty clear that I need to do the exercises because I actually know quite a bit of C++. And I was also re-explaining the plan like I always do. Then I went on a rant about how I think it's kind of shitty that you need to work for 8 hours. Because technically, nobody works for 8 hours. It's always more than 8 hours. I don't know how is it in America, but for instance, where I'm from, 8 hours is the normal day for work. Then you have 1 hour for lunch. Then there is like an hour when you go up to an hour that you have to go to work, and then from work another hour. And if you have kids, then that is usually more than an hour because you have to take your kids to school and then pick them up. I don't have kids, but you know, sounds awful. So in total you give up like, what is it, about 10 to 11 hours of your time to work. Yeah, well, which is insane. It really is. There's really no point. What's the bloody point? Because you have to survive. That's the only point. I don't know. I think it's all fairly shitty and completely insane. If we... Definitely more than 8 hours a day, yeah. And I think, like, if you had, like, 8 hours for sleep, 8 hours for your own business, and truly 8 hours with all the travel and everything, then it would be fine. And you could do this. It's very simple. Like, 4 hours of actual work, which is fine. 4 hours is enough. You can do a lot of stuff in 4 hours. Then it's 1 hour for just talking to your colleagues. Like it or not, like, it has to be, you have to talk to your colleagues. You have to have a conversation with human beings. We need it. And we can't continue working for full 4 hours. It's still too much. But yeah, effectively you can work for 4 hours. And then you have 1 hour for lunch. And then that's it. You go freaking home. And then with all the travels, it's going to be 8 hours. And then you have 8 hours for work. 8 hours for your own hobbies, and then 8 hours of sleep, and that's it. But modern day society doesn't work like that. I don't know. When I'm gonna have my own company, I will try to do this, and it will either, one of the two things will happen. So first of all, either it will work and people will be a lot happier and they will do a lot more work even though they work a lot less, or two, it's gonna be a complete disaster and the company will bankrupt within a year. Which, since 90% of all startups actually bankrupt, I think that's the most likely solution, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. Anyway,
Trade.
I'm ranting on again about random things that don't actually really matter at this point at all. Thank you, Wei. You're so wonderful. What did I do to deserve you? Let's see, which data types is used to store single characters in C++? A char variable. Now this variable, I haven't covered it yet, but it stores a single variable. A float is sort of like a Boolean, not a Boolean, a double variable. So a float stores a number with a comma after it. But the it's very similar to double because double does exactly the same, but the difference between float and double is the amount of numbers you can actually store in a double variable than a float variable. So if you know that you will need a lot of, like a big number, then you would take a double. But if you know that the number is not going to be big, you will take an int if it won't have anything after a comma. If there is gonna be a comma after, then you would take a float. Simple. So the answer is char. I'm not entirely sure if... Well, maybe, yeah, it makes sense to have a char in the language. Because technically you can do one letter in the string variable. But the point of having so many variables is memory management. So whenever the compiler gets to your variables, it will commit some amount of resource into memory. Basically, it will tell the computer to hold this amount in the memory for a variable. And yeah, basically a string will have a bigger memory resource than a char. A char is gonna be less. It will take up less space basically in your memory. And same with init and double, or float and double, whatever you want to use. So that's basically it, what you need to know about variables. Double, this is char, false is Boolean. Personally, don't hate me for throwing you off tracking it, but where you're from, is English mandatory to learn in school, or did you learn it on your own? In our country, is it mandatory? It is, actually. I mean, you don't have to learn it, but if you go through the